When I think about Jesus, what he's done for me. When I think about Jesus, how he set me free. I just turn up, turn up, turn up. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. All this stuff I done dealt with. I can't help it. I can't help it. All this stuff I done dealt with. All this stuff I can't help it. I can't help it.
Hey, Cuz.
I can't help it. All this stuff I done dealt with. All this stuff I done dealt with.
Hey, Rachel.
I can't help it. All the stuff that I dealt with. All the pain, yeah, I felt it. Secret talking impressions. Had to learn all my lessons. Check out all my confessions.
Hey, hey, hey.
When I press it, no question. I just go in alone. I just turn off my phone. I just work with the king and sit up on the throne. See some people in that.
I'm ready for it, ready for it. We getting this party started. I look crazy. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm going crazy. Hey, Miss Kim. What it do? What it do?
All right, let me turn this music down, get this party started.
Miss Rachel, how you doing? Yeah.
Single life Facebook group folks up in here.
Yeah. Numero uno, that's it. One time.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
All right, Joey, we about to have fun tonight. You know that, right? Hey, Malcolm.
Oh, yeah, I wore my favorite shirt.
Huh, you wore your favorite shirt?
Malcolm in the building, cheer, everybody.
All right, so introduce yourself to the people, Joe. Tell them who you are.
Hello, everyone. I am your friendly neighborhood weirdo and misfit, the average Joe Stee, 2 E's. You can catch me on my website, www.theaveragejoe.com. That's 2 E's, not 1. A lot of people couldn't find me because they put 1 E. I'm not the average Joe, I'm the average Joe. Bam. So I'm a photographer, a poet, a videographer, an artist. I do music and stuff, and I manage Miss Gorgeous Guani. She's an up and coming neo soul artist, and I will soon be managing a local band. And also my cousin, who is O Abby. Shout out to O Abby. She's a poet as well. So all part of Taj Productions, my production company that I'm working on.
I know that's right. And tell them what's your website for your production company?
Oh, so once again, the website is www.theaveragejoe.com. 2 E's, not 1. That's about to be my slogan soon. 2 E's, not 1. 5 times. Get it right.
I know that's right. Let the people know.
Oh, and one more thing. I also have a podcast coming up, The Average Joe Show. It will host, I will have a different guest every episode to discuss their business, their their work. Different artists. If you're a singer, we could talk about your work. You can talk about music. A poet, talk about poetry. Filmmaker, talk about films and stuff. So it's going to be a different guest on each show. So it's definitely going to be a good look. It's a podcast. It's going to be on iTunes soon. And it's also going to be a show on YouTube. So you can see the face in the face.
So basically, Joey got a whole lot of stuff going. I mean, why I keep calling you Joe? Joe got a whole lot of stuff going on.
I take Joey. I mean, it's
to make sure
you can tell by the way I look. I got a lot going on. I'm roughing it out. Just woke up from a nap and 2 bowls of noodles, so I'm amped up and I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
Is it ramen noodles? What kind of noodles was it?
It's actually top-notch noodles. It's like one step. You know the big bowl. Yeah, the fish. Yeah, the one, not the ramen, but the other ones, the hot ones, $3 ones. Yeah,
I know that's right.
Step my game up.
You wide up, you ready? I know that's
I'm ready for it. Got the light on, split. I'm ready.
Okay. So for those of you who are just tuning joining in. My name is Siobhan Carter. I'm the You Relationship Coach. And what that means is I am passionate not just about relationships, but how we relate to ourselves. So I don't consider myself as a relationship expert. I'm not here to tell you, girl, this is what you need to do this is what you need to do. But I'm really passionate about how we relate to ourselves. So I love these type of conversations, you know, especially when we get a male perspective on relationships, because a lot of times, you know, us women, we think we know everything. We think we got it all together. But it's so insightful to hear from a man, you know, men's perspective.
Yeah.
Like, well, maybe you need to work on this, or maybe you need to think about this.
Oh man.
Yeah,
We got to represent, because Brother Malcolm, he came through, so I'm like, gotta, you know, he passed the baton, so I gotta make sure I win the race. It's the Olympics.
Exactly, for real. So we're gonna talk about some good stuff. So first of all, tell us about your relationship status.
Relationship status, as you can see by the look on my face, I am single. Yes, I am. I am single, and basically, reason behind me being single is it's to build, you know, first to build my relationship with God first, so I could be the man that I need to be. So when the right woman comes along, then I will play the role that I should play in the relationship properly. So that's my current status, single, and getting my life together for God. And once my life is together, but during the process, I'm open to, you know, hanging out with anybody. I'm not, you know, totally blocking nobody out. So if I do meet somebody, you know, I like to become friends first, and then if we get closer, you know, become you know, start dating or courting, and then take it from there. So,
So tell us more about that, because you don't hear that too often about a man taking a step back from dating. Like you said, you're still open to meeting people, but you know, just really shifting your focus. Tell us about what prompted that for you.
I feel like what really influenced me to focus on that mainly, I think it was like because of my friends. Like, I have a Christian brother. He basically just, his whole life was just completely changed by, you know, the Holy Spirit coming into his life, and just seeing that take effect, and seeing what he've gone through, and the results of it, the blessings that came along with it. That made me want to, you know, really change my life. Not mainly for the purpose of getting those blessings, but I just see so much light in them. So I was like, I want to have that light in me within myself as well. So, and he's a heavy influence on me. So he taught me, you know, just don't chase after these women. Don't, you know, running out the skirts and stuff. He said, just live your life live your life the way God wants you to live it, and the blessing will come to you. So basically, he influenced me to become, you know, the man that I am now. So not perfect, I'm still working on myself, but that's basically just my Christian brother and this Christian family, you know. So influenced me with that.
I commend you for that. Just being able to recognize that within yourself, being able to be influenced by another man who is walking, you know, that walk, and just seeing something in him, and like, you know what, I want some of that too, you know. So I commend you for doing that. So tell us about how that journey is for you, like taking this time out and just really focusing on yourself, on God, and business ventures and stuff like that. What does that look like for you now?
It's not easy when you single, you know. That's especially me being a man and being in the position I am. So it's like I have my moments where I do desire a mate, and I do have my physical moments, and that's hard too. So, and also, I mean, during the midst of it, I'm more focused on what's really important in my life. So now that I know what's really important in my life, I know that I have to pursue it. I have to pursue God daily, and I have to focus on Him. And I'm glad I'm on that step in my life. So now, once I pursue, I got to live the way God wants me to live. And I have my moments where, you know, I'm in the world and I know I shouldn't be. So once I come out of the world, I start to stay in one place and say, God, this is not where I should have been. So now tell me where I need to go so I could follow that path and that journey and continue it and just stay focused on Him. And my main focus should be on Him, but along with the businesses and with other business that I have and stuff, sometimes it could take away from, you know, my prayer moments or my alone time with God. So I have to really just stand still and be like, this is God that I need to focus on. So but
and I'm glad you mentioned that, you know, because being single ain't easy. And no matter how much we want to focus and just, you know, even when we're praying and
Oh
journaling and,
man.
reading and all of that stuff. The reality is,
Yeah.
it's not a simple process. So tell us about how
It's
you work through that.
I guess when you know your worth, that
Mm-hmm.
makes you really just, get your life together, because you know that you're worth more than just going out to clubs and
Mm-hmm.
getting pissy drunk and just hooking up with any old random chick or random guy.
Yeah.
And once you find yourself in God, it's like you really start to notice your true worth, that you're so much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And along with that, it's like it took me a while to get over my insecurities and stuff, and to be that, to be the guy that say, you know what, I'm optimistic, I'm happy, I love the person that I am, I love who God made me to be.
Mm-hmm.
And once I discover my true worth, then I say, you know what, I need to pursue the things that God wants me to pursue. And once I do that, then the blessings are going to come, and God's like, the things I'm gonna bless you with, I'm gonna show you how much you're truly worth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my true focus right now, like just to
Yeah.
know my worth and myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not to get cocky, but I'm just saying I'm worth more than
But
than
I
being
mean, that's
that. Yeah, so
that's the truth. That's the truth.
it is. It's
So
some.
go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. And I say, like, sometimes you got to just take yourself away from certain places. So, I found myself hanging around with even family or friends. Going out to places where I don't get easily distracted
Yeah.
by just my surroundings and stuff. And most of
Mm-hmm.
my family, they know who I am. They know that I'm not a skirt chaser, but I do see the beauty in women, but I make sure I don't see too much beauty. You look too deep. And I'm like, I keep my eyes leveled. So I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
just need a plank right here. Like, I can't go down no further. So I'm
Don't look,
like,
don't look, don't do
I got my chicken sandwich. I'm like, no, I can't look. I can't look over there. And yeah, and this, I mean, also, it's like it's the respect God and respect the woman that's around me. So I'm like, the things that I do and see, it's like, I can't disrespect women like that.
Yeah.
And on a side note, I wrote a poem about that. It's a
Mm-hmm.
poetry book that I'm writing that's coming up. It's called Dear Women. And I'm basically describing the emotional roller coaster I went with women, and the unwanted thoughts or the intrusive thoughts or the lustful thoughts I had for them, and just a letter apologizing to women for me being the man that um, apologizing for being a man that I shouldn't be. And
Wow.
yeah, so it's like a letter in the form
Mm-hmm.
of a poem. So it's coming
Wow.
soon. So that will
Yeah.
break everything down. So
I know
yeah,
that's right. That sounds like it's
yeah,
such a healing. It would be such a healing book for a woman to read from a man's perspective and apology, and just really coming from that mindset
mm,
of, what, I was wrong, or I didn't look at that right, or whatever. Whatever you're gonna
yeah.
say, but just
Cause with us guys, it's like I look at an analogy like this. Like us guys, our mind is like a high school hallway full of
mm,
students, just one track minded, but it's cluttered,
mm,
like
mm,
just one way full of just students in between periods and stuff. And I say a woman's mind is like a maze with just maybe
sure.
one or two people. It's like it may not be as many people, but it's like, but the funny thing is, it's like with us looking at women, it's like we really don't value women the way they should. It's like me, I don't appreciate women like I should. I don't
Yeah.
appreciate the women in my family like I should. I don't appreciate my women friends or strangers and stuff. So it's something that I got to work on, because I know women, y'all go through a lot.
A lot.
Like y'all would yell at a Taco Bell drive-thru, be like, I said hot sauce. I ain't say mild, devil's dip and spit and all that. I'm like, my fault. You wanna go to Wendy's? When I look like going to Wendy's, I'm like, I'm sorry. And it's like you think men are scared of women. We're not scared of women. It's like when y'all get in like angry mode, y'all turn into like, if y'all don't watch Dragon Ball Z, y'all turn into Chi Chi. Like Goku is like the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z, but when his wife yells at him, he gets into like like I'll be like, oh man.
Because that'll
But
shut anybody down. Like, man, just let me be quiet so I won't have to hear that.
man, God gave them the oracle of life, and when that thing comes on, we just be like, oh. It's crazy, but I mean, yeah, it's just just gotta value women more. That's something I'm
Yeah,
definitely working on, and not
yeah,
I don't want to be unappreciative of women, and just respect them more. Like So yeah.
And I
So
think, you know, on the woman's perspective, we can learn to appreciate and respect y'all more too. Because like you said, when we get into those modes of just being like and just going, yapping at the mouth, you know, it's almost like a disrespect in a way, especially when we're just going off trying to, you know, get our way and trying to express everything we want to say and let me get the last word and all of that. So I think, you know, on both sides, we could learn from one another as far as respect and just really practicing, you know.
And it's like, you know, you want to respect the opposite sex. Like, that's why I say so when our discussion tonight is talking about the 5 most important things in a relationship. And one of them is communication. I think communication is like one of the most important things next to God, because it's like, if I'm sitting down with my girl or my wife, we should be able to talk. I'm like, I don't know what's going on in your head. I'm not Professor Xavier. I can't read your mind. Like, just let me know what you want. And I would do it. Like, if you want me to clean the house, massage your back, or get champagne, I'll be like, bam, I'm on it. Like, just sit there. I got you. Like, if we communicate more, then we'll know what we want from one another respectfully. So I'm like, sit down, let me know, and I'll do it. Because my whole role in a relationship is to take care of you, to make you happy, and to serve God. So
but
that's why I said men and women don't talk. Men and women don't talk enough. Because when we talk, it's always like, in our mind, the guy's like, man, what she got on? Or the girl's like, I hope his credit score good. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's a little, I'm like, what's going on?
But I'm glad you mentioned the importance of a woman telling you what she wants. Like, because a lot of times I've heard women say, you know, well, he should know what I want. He should be observant and know what it is, you know, that I want. And it's so unfair, you know, to a man to be like, you know, just watch me or just listen to me, and then you should be able to pick up on what I want. It's like, man.
It's like, this ain't the animal kingdom. It's like, I'm not going to sit there in the safari watching the lion and be like, okay, I know he going to go here, go there. I'm like, if you just tell it, like, relationships could be so simple. Like, we can either talk for 10 hours or we can talk for 2 minutes. Like, within the 2 minutes, I'm going to be like this. Just let me know what you want. But you don't understand what I'm like. That's why I said, just let me know what. But I'm trying to tell you something. Let me know what you want. Do you want chicken or do you want fish? Well, fish. I'm going to cook you the fish. Sit down, enjoy yourself, and bam. Relationships don't have to be that hard. It's like our ego and our personality get in the way. And once we let ourselves go and we be filled with the Spirit, and we can connect on a whole nother level. Like, no selfishness, no egos, or no I gotta get the last word. It's about us looking out for one another. It's like, I'm trying to take care of you. Like, you're my significant other, and God says she is you and you are her. So it's like, we're one. So I gotta make sure I'm taking care of you. Me taking care of you is me taking care of myself. So So
and you know, that's one of the things. One of the things that you mentioned is earlier is that you realized you weren't learning how to appreciate, or you weren't appreciating the women in your life. So one of the things that I think we can do as singles is not wait until we get into a relationship, but start practicing appreciating, start practicing that communication with the opposite sex, the people in our family, you know, people, co-workers or whatever. Like, one of the things that I appreciate about my cousin Malcolm is, you know, I can talk to him, so it's helping me to develop those communication skills. You know, some of the stuff that I was lacking in a relationship. So it's like, I think it's important for us to practice that stuff outside of a relationship so that we can get in the habit of doing it when we're in one.
Exactly. Because it's like, once you become that, you know, that man or that woman that you should be, you know, you, like you said, practice. That's a good way to look at it. Like, practicing amongst people that's around you, and, you know, also being in a church family or a social group. And once you learn to appreciate your family and friends, and once you make new friends, and it's like, I know how to treat that man or that woman. I won't treat the woman like she's a sex object, or I won't treat that man like he's a ATM. So it's like, we learn to appreciate each other on a spiritual level. It's like, I want to get to know you on a spiritual level before anything else, because once I get to know you on a spiritual level, I know that everything else I can handle. Like, well, like, I could take care of anything else, but I'm like, spiritually, we need to be here. So definitely.
So let's talk about that. We're kind of jumping around. I know we talked about one important thing. No, it's okay. No, we just gonna flow with it. One thing we talked about as far as important things in a relationship is communication. What are the other four, would you say, are the most important?
Top 5. Let's go. So one of them I feel is God, of course, one. And to all the people out there, I know there's some people that may not believe, but this is coming from me, so this is my belief. I'm gonna be myself, like just straight up. So one of them is God, communication, loyalty, trust. Ooh, I had the fourth. See, it's like once I had the fourth. I mean, I had the fifth one in my head all day, but it's like once I'm live, it's like my heart is like boom, 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 boom. But so I said God, communication, trust, loyalty, and I had the fifth one. The fifth one is like slipping, but I feel like once we start talking about, I'll get the fifth one though. But just to briefly talk about it. So, well, number one being God, it's like it's down to ourself and being reborn in Christ, and it's like I won't have that selfish attitude, that anger, that frustration, and all that crazy stuff. So it's like once we come together, I can learn to appreciate her as a human being, as a spirit, as an individual. Communication, we talk about everything. It's like, what's on your mind? Are you stressing? Do you need anything? Blah, blah, blah. We communicate. Communication don't mean just verbal. It can mean physical as well. Like, we're all adults here. When you tell your spouse that they're not doing something right, they can't do it right, blah, 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 it's like, it's being disrespectful. Like, you should be able to talk to one another in and out of the bedroom. Like, you should be able to tell each other, like, hey, can you do this for me? I got you. If they can't do it, practice. Don't just break up with somebody because you claim, the sex is bad or they can't do it right. Something everybody else, your girlfriend, social media, but that person. I'm like, that's wrong. So communication is definitely important. Trust. I should be able to go to Safeway, Whole Foods, Mom's, Trader Joe's, talk to the cash register without me looking like I'm flirting with her, because you got some woman out here that will look at you, stare at you like, well, why you smile at her? I'm like, because she rang up our food, she was friendly. But when she grabbed that banana, you was just all grinning. I'd be like, no. I'm like, I didn't see her ring up. When I saw her grab a banana, you start smiling. I was like, okay. I'm like, oh.
We do it. I'm telling you.
I'm sad, but just to go. I know we've been back and forth all over the place, but I want to tell women, like, there are some men out there that love you so much to the point they say like your guys are so beautiful. I could be in a room with Halle Berry, Beyonce, and all them. I'm be like, oh hey, how y'all doing? I love y'all movies. I'm like, babe, where you trying to go to more steakhouse? They be like, oh, you don't want to talk to her? I'm like, I got my eyes on you.
Yeah.
I'm like, forget them. They could dance and do all this and stuff. And I'm like, you my girl. So it's like the insecurity, let that go. Like, you should be able to trust your spouse and be able to be like, they could, like me, if I get the business that I'm getting into, if I'm married, I want my wife to trust me to say, hey, if my friends going out to clubs, I'm not going to go. Because I know that somebody's going to dance up on me, and I'm like, I can't have that. So I'm going to stay in the hotel room and talk to you. And loyalty, like, no matter what y'all go through, y'all gonna go through some up and downs. Like, people look at Christians as like perfect beings, individuals. I'm like, we go through our ups and downs, but we got to work on ourselves day in and day out. I got to learn to not be angry all the time. I got to learn to communicate more, to pray more, to, not be selfish and whatnot. So we should be able to like just talk to each other like day in and day out and say, hey, this is what's up. Oh, the fifth one.
you remember?
When you go, like, when I go on stage and when I perform, it's like I got my words down packed, but then I had to freestyle it. But okay, so I'm gonna give y'all the top 4. Hopefully the top 5 comes up soon. But I had it in my pocket. But those is the definitely top 4 that I feel like it's important though.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Those are very important. Like communication, like you said, it's important for us to talk. And a lot of times, not even in romantic relationships, just co-worker relationships, family relationships.
Yeah.
We see it all the time, just a breakdown in communication. Like, man, if you would have just told me, or man, I should have just told her how I was feeling, and we make assumptions and we just interpret when we really just needed to talk about it.
Yeah, that's because for me, I'm an introvert at heart, and I get shy a lot. But when I lost. I mean, I ain't lose like, oh, they died or nothing. I could have been in a relationship with a woman that I like. We connected like this, and I was like heavy into her, like crushing on her hard, and felt a lot of feelings for her. But from her perspective, I wasn't. I didn't tell her exactly how I feel directly, but I'm like everything else shown. But I guess she actually wanted to hear the words like, "I like you. I want you to be my girl," and I'm like, yeah. So at first, at first I was looking at it like, dang, like I used to, hang out with you, we chill, I was cool with your family, but I'm like, I guess for some people, they communicate different. Like some people are direct, or some people are more like I speak in metaphors, or some people is like I do it like this. But during that time, I was shy, didn't know what to do and stuff. So it's like as I got older, I started to realize like communication is key. I want to talk to somebody like to say like, how do you talk to other people? How do you feel about this? And it's like you get that from them, and it's like if I like you, I need to be upfront and tell you because I have nothing to lose. Either we gonna remain friends or we just gonna part ways. Like that's it. And I can't just keep sitting around writing love songs and poems and telling some what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did. Sound like Brian McKnight. I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I'm getting old. I gotta get out the house.
Yes, seriously, but that's the truth, and that's a lot of things that you hear. You hear that a lot from women, and you can hear it on the man's perspective too. But I know for women, a lot of times we say that men don't communicate. Like we want y'all to tell us stuff. Like you can show, and a lot of men are showing type men. Like let me just show you, let me do this so that you can see how much I care. But I know for me, like I'm the type of woman. Words of affirmation is one of my, my love languages, my primary one with quality time. So it's like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me about doing that. That's nice. Thank you for doing that. But what does that mean? Like, how do I, what am I supposed to, what does that mean to me? So, so the word.
I mean, to be honest though, I'm speaking from not all guys, but maybe some. Because, we all different and whatnot. But it's kind of hard for, guys to communicate with women because it's like we had trust issues when it comes to opening up to women and getting emotional with them because either they'll use that as a trump card later on when we argue in a relationship. It's like she'll be like, oh, you're a whiny little punk. Dun, 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 dun. And it's like that's why we're so guarded because it's like we feel like we can't trust some of these females out here because they'll use whatever they can from us and turn it back and just throw it at us, and they'll be their trump card like they last resort. If I'm arguing and I'm like throwing you with facts, I'm like, I got you. She'll be like, you know what? Oh, I got something more. I'm gonna tell everybody this and that. And it's like it's hard for us to communicate with them. And if we feel like we could really trust a woman, we could open up to them. Because I got some, women that I could open up to that say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And they don't treat it as like, oh, he's acting like a little. He's like, no, they're really concerned about how you feel. And that's why I say women shouldn't look at men that look at them like, oh, he's too emotional, he's whining. It's like, no, let them know, like, is this how you feeling? Like, what can I do to help? Or let's pray together. That's why I say it's important to keep God first. Like, if you're in your own ways, you're going to go by what the world standards are. Like, this is not how a man should be, or this is not how a woman should act, and blah, blah, blah. So, and we get in our ways too much. And that's why a lot of people out here are divorced or single when they shouldn't be, and it's just crazy. So,
that's true. So let's talk about spiritual compatibility. How important is that in a relationship?
It's very important. When you in a relationship with somebody, spiritually, you got to make sure that you're compatible. Meaning, me as a Christian, if and in Christianity world, it's like we shouldn't be with anybody unequally yoked. And if I'm with a Buddhist or Muslim or anybody that's not of the word, then it's like God's looking at it like you're with someone unequally yoked. Not to say I can't have friends, but dating and becoming married, it's like we got to meet each other like, okay, God, Jesus, the word, the Holy Spirit. It's like all that has to come together. If not, then I'm like, we're just going to have to remain friends. And that's why I feel like spiritual compatibility is important. And plus, it's important because you need somebody to pray with. You need somebody to talk to God with. You need somebody that's going to, because it's like two is better than one. Like, it's like we're creating a union. Like, we come together and this is our ministry. So it's like, I need for her to be on the same level as me and me being on the same level as her. So that's my take on spiritual compatibility. Had to shorten it up because earlier we was like all over the place with ours. But yeah, that's my take on spiritual compatibility. Yeah.
And
Two
I
Christians.
watched the I watched a sermon that was talking about that, and a lot of times we hear it from the point of being unequally yoked, or making sure you're connecting spiritually. But the pastor that I was watching really gave me a different perspective on other ways that we need to be equally yoked, like financially, or
Yeah.
how are you handling your finances? Are you equally yoked when you're talking about finances? Do you have the same values when it comes to finances? Or anger, like how do you deal with your anger? Like, if you're the
Yeah,
type that
exactly.
to just explode, or so he listed a whole bunch of other areas outside of the spiritual aspect that we need to consider as well when we are looking for that partner, that mate that is suitable for us. So I just thought that was interesting to add, that there are other
Yeah.
areas and as well as spiritually, that we should be looking at as well for
Yeah,
compatibility.
that is something to learn, because like me as an individual, I know that I have to be a man. Like for some people, man is just dirty fingernails, or construction site, or muscles, or he got on that new Calvin Klein cologne. You like, that's the real man. He got on the suit. I'm like, nah, not necessarily. Just like you said, like making sure that your finances together, your head is on right. Make sure that you got your life together with God. And in this day and age, they call guys like that, church boys, or choir boys. And I'm like, and I've been called that. I've been called a church boy one time because I've rejected somebody from physical contact. So I was like, wow, I have to be a church boy for that? I'm like, no. So, and it's like, I let people know, like, I'm myself waiting to have, me to have sex till I get married, because I feel like that's important to me. And it's not just me just, looking like, oh, I'm Mr. Perfect. It's like, not at all. I have my ins and outs with certain things, but it's like, I value relationships. And one of my friends, when he found, his wife, it's like, I value their marriage, because I'm like, they're two Christians. They're like two beautiful individuals. I'm like, you both are so dope. And I see God in them like every day. And I'm like, it's an amazing thing. So I'm like, that makes me want to get my life together, because I want to share that with another woman who's also, getting her life together with God, finances, or getting herself together. And it's like, she's not like, I don't want to be that typical average everyday man, and she's not that typical average everyday woman and stuff. So so
And I
well,
appreciate you for sharing that you are waiting, until marriage, because you don't hear that a lot either from a man. You hear it a lot, from women saying that we're waiting, but you don't hear that from a woman. I mean, from a man's perspective. Do you have other male friends who are practicing just waiting until marriage as well?
not that I know of, but if they are, kudos. Let's talk. But I did have a friend who was into that. And I guess once he got married, and it's like, that's when, got his experience and stuff. But as far as I know, not offhand, but me, myself, I'm basically just the guy that's just, I just want to value a true relationship. Like, I want to know what a true relationship is, because me and my upbringing and growing up in my surrounding areas, relationships were just hookups. It wasn't really like, you didn't have a lot of people saying they get married. All you saw was baby showers. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the baby shower area. I want to be able to be like, I'm getting married next month. And then after we get married, we're going to have our child. And then blah, blah, blah. But, and so pretty much me, I got to say, it was like half and half. It was by choice and not by choice. I guess me, myself, I'm a little picky when it comes to women. Not look wise, but more so like, I want to make sure I trust you. I want to make sure we cool, we have fun, we enjoy ourselves. But over the years, I was like, you know what? I've waited this long. Let me just go ahead and wait some more. Like, mine as well. So I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
and God's timing. So basically, But as far as I know, offhand, I'm not sure any friends that's practicing it. So if I put myself more out there, join more, Bible studies, I may meet somebody that are. So and so
Yeah. I commend you because, like you said, people look at you differently, or, what's wrong with you, or it may, label you as something, but it's like, to have that stance and to be confident about it, and to know why you're doing it, I think is to be commended.
Yeah. And the thing is though, at first it was like a shy thing, you know, telling people. I was like, I ain't really want to, you know, tell nobody. But then once I opened up more, the confidence came with my creativity and me being an artist. So I look at people like, I said so, but they more so appreciated me even more because they saw me as the individual that I was. I'm like, if y'all gotten to know me, y'all would know why I am the way that I am. Like I would smile a lot, I'll joke a lot, I'll have fun. I'm like, I'm always optimistic. So when they saw that, they appreciated my choices and my decisions in my life. They was like, you know what, I commend you for that. Blah blah. I'm like, it ain't easy. It is not easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta turn my head. I'll be like, she's gorgeous. I'm like, no. And I'm like, turn away.
Yeah.
But yeah, because now, you know, and now in my upbringing, it's like in my era, you know, just being around a lot of black folks, it's like that's not the cool thing to do. That's like, oh, you might as well just get it out the way and do it. I'm like, it's not me about getting out the way. I just want to appreciate that moment. Yeah. So I won't look at it like it was great or it was bad. It's not gonna be great or bad. It's gonna be like a special moment between me and my wife. So it's like it shouldn't be looked at as like it shouldn't be looked at in that way. So yeah. So waiting.
I know that's right. Do your thing, brother. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. So what about personality traits? You know, what about that when you talk about relationships?
Oh, couldn't wait till you get to that part. It's like, I'm just like, so when I said personality traits, I'm a confident nerd. Okay. I love anime. I love Comic-Con things. I love you know, Iron Man, Dragon Ball Z, all that stuff. So when I say personality traits, so me being the nerd or blurred is what they call it, the black nerd. And I love that term. They call it blurs, yeah, black nerds and stuff. But so this say me dating like and this is not to stereotype anybody on anything, but if I'm dating a girl that's in a sorority or something, like she's all about, you know, they all about the step team. Or just say this one particular girl's into like Mary J. Blige or BET films. She's like, this is who I am. I love these things. So if we sit down and talk and I'm like, hey, I'm into, you know, Dragon Ball Z and Iron Man. She was like, Iron Man. She's like, is that what you do with your pants? I'm like, it's a character, but nah, I don't, never mind. But so when I say personality traits, it's like you got a guy that'll be like nerdy, or you got this girl that's like, you know, just more standard, just chill, blah, blah, blah. But the sorority girl, whoever, anybody, any type of girl, I ain't trying to, you know, cast out sorority girls or nothing, but that particular woman, she's like, that guy's interesting. He has potential, and I like him. So it's like when y'all come together, she's like, I'm gonna give those things a try. I'm gonna, you know, check out Comic-Con with him. I'm gonna go ahead and check out the Iron Man movie or go to the comic book store with him. And she's doing it to say like, I'm doing this for him because I love him. And me, I may go to a step show or battle of the bands, and I'm like, that may not be my thing, but I'm like, I'm doing this for you because I love you. So with personality traits, I'm saying like your spouse may be different from you, but appreciate the things that they're interested in, and you know, get to know those things. Like I may go to battle of the bands by myself and say, oh babe, like when I talk to her, I'll be like, you know, A&T, they battled Tennessee or West Virginia. She'd be like, how you know about that? Or when she talked to me, she'd be like, you know, Goku turned Super Saiyan 4. And I was like, what? I was like, check you out, girl. When I had somebody that I had a woman, she was talking Dragon Ball Z to me, and I was like shocked. I was like, you gave me sister girl talk earlier. You was like, yeah, I know Goku and Vegeta. I was like, I was like, yo, you are my best friend, man. But yeah, when it comes to personality traits, I'm saying like, you know, we may be totally two different people, but it's like, don't make fun of that person because they're into this and that. It's like, get to know their hobbies and their interests, and you know, take a chance to get to know it, and then, you know, go back and forth, you know, talk to them about it to make them feel more comfortable and make them feel like, you know, like they really like you or they enjoy you and stuff. So yeah.
And I think that comes with taking time to get to know somebody too, because I know for me, I can be real quick to be like, as soon as I see something, be like, oh no, you know,
the roller coasters.
Exactly. You know,
I can't catch a heart attack.
Or just, you know, see certain things about somebody and just prejudge, you know, without really taking the time to get to know them. So I think you know, it's important for us when you see certain personality traits. It doesn't mean that just to turn a blind eye to it and just be like, oh, well, that person isn't for me. Just really taking the time to get to know the person
Yeah.
past, what you see on the surface. And then I think also what you said is compromise. Like, if I'm into something, you into something, and it's totally different, then I have to be willing to step outside of myself to,
Yeah.
want to be interested in what you're doing, and vice versa. But if I'm just so stuck on just this is what I want to do, and I'm not interested in that, and I'm not open to wanting to try it,
Yeah.
then that can create an issue too.
Cause it's like you don't want to be stuck in the bubble. You don't want to be used to doing the same things. Cause it's been certain things that I've done that I never thought I'd do, but I'm like, oh, this place seemed pretty cool. Or I met different peoples from different backgrounds, so I'm like, that helped me like get to make you'll have even more friends and more options.
Yeah.
But if you in that one area, then you like, all I got is 7-Eleven and gas station people. I'm like, nah, I'm going the distance. I'm going to Wawa's. I got Wawa friends.
Exactly.
But yeah, so like I said, because the reason I say that because growing up in the black community, it's like the things that I said, it wasn't cool. Like a lot of girls ain't be like, I ain't into Dragon Ball Z or all that stuff. But I'm like, if you make the best out of that moment, trust me, you'll have fun. Because I had me and my cousin, we hung out. She's not into video games, but we had the best time playing Mortal Kombat. I'm like, when you with somebody, no matter if it's friends or family or you on a date, you make the best out of that moment. I can make Comic-Con look like a step show, or she can make a step show look like Comic-Con. It's like, when you with that person, we're going to have a blast. We're just going to make the best of it and have fun.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I'm proud of my nerds. Shout out to all my black nerds.
So speaking of having fun and doing things, you have this thing on your blog site that talks about bucket list dating. Tell us about that.
Ooh, you did your research on your boy. Yeah, so I got the idea of bucket list dating. Actually, I saw the movie called Bucket List. It's one of my all-time favorite movies with Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. So they was basically two older guys that, they had cancer. They was on their deathbeds, and they was like, let's do something amazing. They did bucket list together, as friends. So I'm thinking like, you know what? What about bucket list dating? What about coming together, dating someone and you said, hey, write down the things that you like, and I write down the things that I like. That's when the cross personality traits come into play. And it's like, so this is the things that you like to do. We'll exchange it, rough draft it, go from, 220, one list is 20, then we break it down to 10, and then we do the most we can in one day, go karting, roller skating, ice skating, bowling, amusement park, anything. So the whole idea is to put the list together from both parties, put them together, break it down to 5, 10, 20, however you want to do it, and just do as much as you can in that 1 or 2 or 3 days, or how long it's going to take you. So it's definitely a fun thing. So I'm thinking about soon making an app for that. So maybe a bucket list app. So y'all could, go on the app, write down the list, do a video, and we'll upload videos and show people like these is real life couples doing bucket list dating and stuff. So it's an idea in the making from Taj Productions. Yeah.
Yes, that would be so, because as I was reading it's like, man, that would be so much fun. It would make it more interesting. And even if you're not in a relationship, like if you're at a point where you're not, in a committed relationship with that person, maybe just a couple of days, you can still do something different instead of just, well, you want to go to the movies or, just the normal stuff. Like, you want to go get something.
I'm like, I want to build my AMC stub points. I'm like, I want to do something different. I went to the movies last week. So it's like, it definitely give you both a chance to get to know each other more and to enjoy things outside of y'all comfort zone. So it's like, let's do something random. Let's take a trip to Lincoln, Nebraska. They were like, what's there? It's like, it's not about what's there. It's about who you're going with. So let's just go. Let's do something that's typically known as boring and make the best out of it. Like, that's what having fun is about. Like, taking anything and making it the best. Like, and that's why I tell people you can enjoy a relationship, or it could be the worst years of your life. Like, you got to make the best of it. Make sure you guys don't, oh, he said, Malcolm said skydiving. No, I'm good.
Yes, that is so much fun.
I just got nervous a little bit. My heart couldn't take it. I'll do zip lining, man. I can't. Oh man, so he
I'm
said
telling you,
skydive.
listen, skydiving will change your life. I did it, and I would do it again. It's
Oh, it
so
would.
much fun.
It'll
Yeah.
change my life. I'll be right on that bed. So I'll be like this. You got some more apple juice? I'm
I'm
like, I'm still
telling
shaking.
you,
I'm had Parkinson's.
it's adventurous, but but hey, but that I like the idea of both people writing their
Mm.
list down and then exchanging it, or just saying, hey, let's do these things from our list. I think that would be so much fun.
It is. It is.
Hmm.
I a friend of mine. We were supposed to do it, but our timing was wrong. So we did stuff like write each other a poem, put it in a bottle, and
Hmm.
we'll open it up the next day. Write each other's favorite playlist, go to our favorite museum and stuff, or
Yeah.
go karting and stuff. It's like do things that adults don't typically do because it's like the older you get, it's like your heart dies, and it's like you don't want that to happen. And
Wow.
it's like you want to bring that because what I do admire about children, I'm not a big fan of children. They just bad. I mean not everybody, but children, it's like their heart is so pure and so like golden. It's like that's what I love about them. They'll look at a lamp and they'll just see the universe. I'm like their imagination is like beyond ours, and it's like if you have that inner child within you and you will feel a significant other, it's like let's enjoy each other. Let's have fun. Let's go out. Let's do things we never do. Let's do salsa dancing. Like if you
Yeah.
want to beat your feet in the middle of the floor, do that. This is have
Yeah.
fun. This is go. Like it's
Yeah.
Zumba, whatever. Like that's what I tell people. Don't let your heart die. Like just
Hmm.
have fun, enjoy each other's company, and just make the best of every moment. Because tomorrow ain't promised for us. So it's like you want to wish you did skydiving or roller
Yeah.
coasting or museums or met
Hmm.
Obama or whoever you like, whatever. So just
Yeah.
do whatever. Just have fun. So yeah.
And I'm glad you said that, because the older we get, and me and my friends talk about this a lot. Like we're
Mm,
so used to going to work, and we have businesses and just other
exactly.
things that we're into, that we don't make time to have fun. And I can
Yeah.
say I'm guilty of that. My friends and I, we've talked about that, and we've had the idea of, okay, let's have a fun day or whatever, just to be a kid again, and just
Yeah.
to give ourselves permission to just play, because like you said, the older we get, a lot of us just don't take the time out to do that. Then we wonder why we're so stressed out and sad or depressed or whatever, because we're
Yeah.
not
And
giving ourselves permission to play.
yeah, and it's like, that's why I say, like, just have fun, like,
Yeah.
and I went to a bar one time, and there was a group of friends, and then one of the girls was saying, like, I said, oh, I told I'm going to the movies with a friend of mine. We was all talking, and she was like, they still do that, and I was like, do what? They said people still go to the movies. I'm like, apparently we are, because I bought the tickets. So what's your problem? And then she
Yeah.
was looking like, and I was like, so what are your hobbies and your likes, ma'am?
Yeah.
Microphone up against
Right.
her crazy face. She was like, "Oh, you like, I sip wine, I go horseback riding and wine tasting." I was looking at her, I was like, "That's cool, but you sound like an old woman." I'm like, "Do some. We could sip wine in the house. We could
Right.
do
Right.
horseback riding anytime. I mean, horseback riding could be a
That's
bucket list thing
fun
if you
now.
never
I was
tried it.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
I mean, I'm not knocking it down, but the way she did it, don't knock down things that I
What
do,
you're doing,
but
yeah.
you feel like what you do is most fun, and what I'm doing is
Right.
just like blah blah. That's why I'm
Right.
like, enjoy each other's company. If your
Hmm.
significant other say they like doing this, it's
Yeah.
like ladies. All to all my ladies out there, please don't judge, man. It's like that's why we have a hard time talking to y'all in the first place, because y'all make us look like we're little boys or we just
Right.
punks. Oh, you like doing that? Oh, you like dressing up like Superman? You act like a little. I'm like, people love going to Comic Con and have. If I do a Kamehameha in the middle of the floor, I would love for my wife to be like this. Just have fun with me. Just be like, oh, that's what he likes to do. He's a Dragon Ball Z fan. Like, it's like make me feel like that you're enjoying my company. Like, I would love that. Not
Hmm.
forcing it, but actually like appreciate me for loving the things that I love. So, and
Hmm.
vice versa. So
Yeah.
it's not that hard. Trust me, relationships is not that hard. I guess
Hmm.
my index card and be like, here you go, relationship done. No Dr. Ruths, no Dr. Myers and everybody, all the other people, just index card, just go. That's it.
I honestly think we make it hard. I know for me, I make it
Yeah,
hard. I
yeah.
sabotage it. I make it, just have all these stories in my head about it, and
Nah,
then
you
it just
can't.
turns into this big old thing.
Don't
And then
turn to
it's like,
J.K.
oh,
Rowling.
I'm telling you, that's been my thing. And it's funny because the guy that I
Mm,
was dating, I'm not dating anybody right now, but the
mm.
last relationship I was in, we're still cool. So we were
Okay.
talking about just some things, you know, that happened in our relationship. So I asked him about some things that, and he shared some things, you know, as far as what he didn't like about me. So it was like, man. And just when I took the time to listen, because at first I'd be like, you just trying to do this, you just trying to tell me this. But, you know, when I really calmed myself down and really thought about what he was trying to tell me, it was similar to what other guys that I've dated have said. So it's like,
okay,
maybe I should listen. You know, maybe I should pay attention to what they're trying to tell me. And during this time of not dating, maybe I should try to work on those things. You know, that might help. You know?
it do. It's good to listen to a outside perspective, because outside perspectives can be honest. Because if we listen to ourselves, we'll feel like ain't nothing wrong with me, and then somebody could be like,
you the problem.
yeah, I'm looking like ain't nothing wrong. They be like, you don't talk a lot, you do this, and I'm like, oops. I'm like, hello. But yeah, it's like if somebody tell you, like, you know, the things that they do like about you or don't like about you, you know, they do it in a respectful way. It's like, hey, I would love for you to do this. It's not about you don't do nothing, you ain't nothing, you ain't that, and comparing your last relationship to other people. That's why Marcus or Chris or Shanta or Jill and all them, they did. I'm like, oh, when did this get into this? Like, it's like respect one another. Just say, I would love for you to do this. It's like not I hate when you do this or I don't like me. It's like, just can you do this a little more? Can you do this less? Blah blah blah. Like, just respect each other more. So definitely.
And you know, I was in that relationship. It was like I didn't want to hear it. You know, the defensive came up, like you said, when for some women we get defensive or we just, you know, ready to come back with something without rebuttal, or, you know, so I had to really sit back and now I'm reflecting on a lot of that. Like, man, you know what? I was on the defense all the time. Like, I was waiting. Like, what you got to say? I'm just ready to, you know, come back with my argument as to why you're wrong and I'm right. Like,
but I don't know. I mean, it's not to like shutting anybody down, but it's like I feel like a lot of women kind of do get on the defensive mode. And it's like I see a lot of women that will give off like a type of well, not even a type, just the attitude period. They'll just be like, you don't know nothing, what you know about me, and then they'll get into the whole, you don't know a woman body, you don't know a woman's mind. Like, they don't have nothing. That's you. It's your personality. I'm talking about you, girl. You. But it's like, and it's like that's why I said we need to be free from ourselves and just be, you know, full of the Holy Spirit, because it's like it'll humble us. It's like I don't have no reason to be angry, don't have no reason to feel like I'm disrespected or embarrassed in any way. It's like if somebody came to me honestly and say, hey, you're doing too much of this or less of that, I'm like, you know what, I'll listen to you. It's like I'm gonna be humble and listen to you. But I get more defensive when somebody tells me something and they get cocky and egotistic about it, say I know all about you, that's why I told you. I'm like, that's why I'm the way I am. I'm stubborn because of you. Like, you made me stubborn. Like, I'm like, it was you. Well, yeah. So
I think that's, but like Erica said, men are also very defensive. I think it's on both sides, you know.
Yeah, we can. And in our case, as men, we feel like we know a lot too. Men can feel like us men. Yeah, I could admit to that. I'm not. We were talking about being humble. I'm gonna be humble tonight because everybody's watching. But I mean, yeah, because I find myself, if somebody tell me something or they put me in my place, I'll feel like, oh nah, you ain't nah. I'm like, let me just sit down and just be like, you know what? Let me listen. Like, let me just shut up for once, put a muzzle over my mouth, and like hear what they got to say. Because there's some woman out there that'll tell me like, hey, I noticed this about you, blah blah blah, and I'm like, that actually is true. I actually have some things I need to change. But the way they said it in a more like respectful manner. They were saying like, hey, you know, just save your money, or just, you know, just talk more, or just be respectful, blah, you know, do those things. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it to heart what you're saying. So I'm not gonna fight you with a sword and we're just gonna go back and forth. So yeah, definitely.
And that can be kind of hard in relationships too, to be with somebody that thinks they know everything, especially from a man, you know, a man being that type that want to give you advice on everything. Or just think they know everything.
Bless you.
Like, man, it creates
2
a
times.
sense of, thank you. It creates a sense of like, I don't know if it's like a parenting relationship. Like, are you trying to be my father? Or are you trying to be, you know, my man? Like, what? I'm confused here. Like, what's going on? So I think you have to find the balance, you know, on both sides. Because maybe there are some women out there, but I know from my experience, I've been with men that just want to tell you stuff all the time, like give you advice on what you should do or how you, just, well, I was noticing this. Well, what have you noticed about yourself? Like, what? I don't want you to tell me all the time what I need to do or what you noticed, or I think it needs
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
balanced.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it should come from both ways. It could be like when y'all sit down and talk, it was like, hey babe, it's like it's some stuff that about me that I'm going through. I mean, it's some stuff about me that I need to handle, take care of. And it's like,
Yeah.
humble yourself. Just be like, it's not just her. It's me too. Bless you. And yeah, as men, we do kind of get, because we feel like, we have this dominance about us, this alpha
Yeah.
male ego, where we feel like, oh, if a woman corrects us, it's gonna make us look like this short or this little. We're gonna feel like little boys. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
if a girl tell me like, oh, 2 + 2 is 4, and I keep saying 2 + 2 is 5, I'm gonna be like, but it is 5. What you trying to tell me I'm stupid? And she gonna be like, nah, babe, just listen to me. Nah. See, that's why y'all women always talking about 2 + 2 is 4. And I look and research, and I'm be like, all right, baby, you good, and get all mad because she correct. I'm like, you can't be like that, man. It's like it's like be a real man, be a real woman, and admit to your wrongdoings and your faults, and just know that you're not perfect. That's when you feel like you're perfect, you know everything and stuff. I'm like, you don't know everything, like you don't
Right.
know what's going on. It's
Exactly.
like, but that's my whole thing with that. I think it's male dominance. Bless
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it is. I think it's
So
just y'all, because y'all are you're natural fixers, and Erica said that's borderline controlling. It
yeah,
could be, but I think some guys are they like to fix things, so they like to just share. Hey, this is what I see, or hey, did you think about this? And like, I don't need you to fix nothing right now. I just need you to listen to what I got to say. But I think it's
oh man.
natural for y'all to want to come up with a solution or fix it, or so yeah, but I think it's
It,
just important to find the balance between that.
it is, and it's like, in a way too, it makes us feel like, if that's the way we are, we feel like a lot of women like that too. Like,
Mm.
oh, I know how to fix a car, so I'm gonna, just try to fix. I'm gonna try to fix the roof, and the whole roof done cave in, and the car broke down because you trying to impress that girl
Yeah.
that's looking at you like folding around, someone. He said he fixed cars, but we said he on BWI next to exit 22, and I'm like, that ego start kicking in. I'm like, you
Yeah.
shouldn't have to care what anybody thinks. Like, just be the man you should be, because a lot of us men will go out our way doing things that we probably even shouldn't be doing. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
God didn't meant for your hands to fix cars, or didn't meant for your hands to write music, or didn't meant for your hands to do things that that's serving him or whatnot. But we just do it anyway because we hard headed and we want to get the attention of women. Because if we do a lot of things, we'll figure like women like, oh yeah, they're like, I like that, I like dirty fingernails, he cool, da da da, and I'm like, what? It's like, I'm not gonna just chop my hands off because I'm like, oh yeah, I know how to cook, I know how to do everything. I'm like, I'm gonna be humble by mine. I'm like, if you don't, I'm like, nah, I don't know how to do nothing. She's like, you don't know how to do nothing. I'm like, nope. I'm still looking at her. I'm like, we finished.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of that. I'm like, just walk on past. If you don't want to chill and talk, then cool. I'm not. Hey, it ain't bother
Yeah.
me nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shoot.
They are acting up, cousin. I don't know why I got thank you, cousin. He's telling me bless you because I've been just sneezing. But yeah, I'm glad
Brother
you said
Matt.
that, because I think there are a lot of women out there that feel like, a
Mm.
man is supposed to do this, he's supposed to fix this, and every man isn't like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean that he's any less of a man. It's just that ain't his thing. He don't fix nothing. He called a man to come do it, So it's like,
Yeah. And I tell a woman this. I mean, me, I don't know why it be something in me that we want to shut a woman down quick. That thinks she just everything. I'd be like, oh, I want to throw a Bible at you. I just want to bloop. But no, I mean, I was like, that's why I say I got to change my ways. I don't even want to be like that. But I want to tell people that if y'all claim y'all know what a real man or woman is, I'm like, just read the Bible. Like, what y'all see on TV, y'all women think like, oh yeah, I gotta give me a baller, or I play mind games with this guy. It's like, that stuff could come back to you. It's like God look at you like, is this the woman that you want to be? And I'm trying to make you into the woman that I plan for you to be, but you want to be this opposite of the world. So that's why I'm like, I don't stress about trying to be something that I'm not. And for any female to look at me to say, oh, you here, you there, I'm like, it's just blah. It's just Charlie Brown teachers talking in my head. Is want. Like, I'm not
yeah,
hearing nothing. So I'm like, it's like you gotta just focus on God more. You gotta like, God, this is the man that you made me to be. This is who I'm gonna be. So
right.
all the other women that shut me down, they weren't meant for me. So you're going to give me the woman that I deserve. or that
Right.
deserve me. So it's like, yeah, just take it to the word. That's what a real man and woman should be. So.
Yeah.
And they ask you stuff like, what's your long term or short term goals? Where you see yourself in 5 years? Alive. I hope I'm alive in 5 years. You want me to say, oh, I'm gonna own 3-4 Barnes and Nobles? I'm like, I may not be alive to see Barnes and Nobles. Like, and I thought about that when somebody asked me, they was like, short term and long term goals and all that stuff. I was like, it's a lot of people in the Bible, they didn't know they was gonna do what they was gonna do, but they just lived the life that God told them to live. And then you had women that assisted them. That's like, you don't know where you're going to go, but God knows where you're going. So as long as He knows, and you know, and you connect with God, then that's fine with me. That's cool. Not fine, but I'm good with it. So I tell them, I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna see myself in 5 years. I hope I could be there, but if I'm not, then it's part of God's plan. I'm like, either you with me or you're not. So that's it.
And that's all that matters, at the end of the day. I think a lot of times we just get bogged down with worrying about the wrong things. Because like you said, and that question about long-term goals, short-term goals, listening to Steve Harvey and all these books, about relationships and telling you how you
it's a mess,
like that. So it's like, but I think the purpose of it is to see if he has some type of vision. Is he doing something with himself? But like you said, if it's a man that's really following after God and really has a heart for God, you can see it in the way that he lives, as you get to know him more. You can have conversations about what is his vision, where does he see God taking him. Maybe that's another question, what is your purpose in life? Why do you feel like you were created? Because it ain't even about long-term or short-term goals. What is your purpose in life? Do you know what that is? Are you pursuing that purpose?
Exactly. That question is set up for short-term and long-term goal. It's like you asking God, what is my purpose is? Somebody said, why you feel like God put you on earth? And it's like you answer that. And then that's when the Christian women get excited. They be like, oh, they be like, a man of God. They be like, oh. They call their church friends. I was like, girl, they be like, the spirit is in him. They like, hallelujah. I be like, I answered the right question. But yeah, it's that's why I feel like God is like important, and I say this a lot. I'm not perfect. I do things that I shouldn't be doing, and I have to work on that. And it's like I have to get out of myself, and it's like God is like, I'm practically waiting for you. And if I have to do certain things to take certain things out of your life, I may give you a couple of whoopings or knocks over the head, but whatever it takes for me to, get you on the right path so I can give these blessings to you. Because he's just sitting there like this, like just like Santa Claus mode. He's like, I'm trying to unleash these blessings on you, but you've allowing these the block, things blocking you from, receiving these blessings and stuff. So, and it's like that's why I feel like it's more important. Like you live according to God, and things will come into your favor. So, definitely, yeah.
Cool beans. Well, this has been great. I'm sure we can go on and on, but I appreciate you for sharing, and just for us talking about everything that we talked about tonight. If you missed it, if you're just tuning in, please watch, the rebroadcast of this. For Joey just really being real with us and sharing his journey, sharing his heart and the things that, are important to him. So I thank you for sharing that and just for being on. And I'm sure I'll see you in the Single Life Facebook group. So once again, tell us about your business, how they can find you, and what you have coming up next.
I'm just playing. All right, so y'all can find me on my website, www.theaveragejoe.com. 2 E's, not one. Get it right. Bam. www.theaveragejoe.com. You can find poetry, photography, music from the upcoming artist I'm managing by the name of Gorgeous Guani. And you can find so much more. And also you can find my blogs with Sharon was saying about the bucket list day in and other blogs that's coming soon. I've just been so busy I couldn't write anymore, but I'm gonna write some soon and more poetry coming soon. And also you can find me on Instagram under theaveragejoey.com, 2 E's, Y at the end of E. And you can find me there. And Joe Stee on Facebook, back and forth, doing what I do. Damn. So it's a lot of stuff coming soon. I'm just trying to be humble, remain busy, and just, keep myself out there more. Like, just, just be myself and just, have fun and enjoy life and just be, the average Joe.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I know
yeah,
that's
all I
right.
can. That's all I can be.
Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Joe. I appreciate you, and you have a good night.
You too. Peace,
All
world.
right.
Bam.
Bye, y'all.